seed cycling is really interesting for me because I'm going to be really transparent. The first time I heard it, I was like, there's no way. Hormones are so complicated. There's no way you're going to tell me to eat some almonds or eat, whatever seeds, pumpkin seeds, and my hormonal situation's going to be better. So my first question is, what is seed cycling and why does it work for hormones?
I know. We've all kind of gone through that same thing of hearing about seed cycling and feeling like, is this witchcraft or what is this? There's no way that seeds could do anything. But we like to say that seed cycling is a little bit like magic and a little bit like science combined. Really what it is that there's not a lot of research. Actually, there's not any research specifically on seed cycling, but there's so much research on the nutrients in the seeds. What you do with seed cycling is essentially you're rotating 4 specific seeds throughout a menstrual cycle. So let's just say the average menstrual cycle is 28 days. You're rotating these seeds throughout the menstrual cycle to support the 2 main sex hormones that we're trying to balance, estrogen and progesterone. And typically imbalances in these hormones are what cause things like PMS or irregular cycles. More often than not, it's too much estrogen in relationship to progesterone that causes these sort of gnarly periods. So the nutrients in these seeds are supporting essentially the balance between estrogen and progesterone, the healthy elimination of estrogen, and the production of progesterone as well. So the 4 seeds are flax, pumpkin, sesame, and sunflower. And we added hemp to our blends because they taste really good and they're a complete protein too. Yeah, we love hemp too. It makes it taste way better because as you can imagine, grounding seeds every day, like there can be, a little bit of a challenge there, but we really wanted to make like a great tasting product that people would love to take every single day. And Mindy, you know so much about this, but when you think about those seeds and you think about the nutrients in them, you can understand why this could potentially work to support hormones because you have fatty acids, you have fiber, you have antioxidants, you have all these things that our hormones need to not only be effectively eliminated in the body, but also be produced and balanced as well. So that's just seed cycling in a nutshell, but we can dive into all the nutrients in the seeds too.
Yeah, the other thing that's interesting I find about seeds in all my research is it's an incredible prebiotic. So where I go with the statement you just made was, okay, if it's a great prebiotic, then do we have any research on just the prebiotic component of seeds supporting the estrobolome, that set of bacteria that break estrogen down? Because I could take what you just said and go, okay, and I want to dive into some of these nutrients. So if it's bringing a mineral or a vitamin in the seeds, and then it's also feeding this part of our microbiome that breaks estrogen down, that makes it wickedly powerful. So do we know if it supports good bacterial growth?
Yeah, well, the star of seed cycling is probably flax seeds because there's so much research on flax seeds. And so for the first half of the cycle, from menstruation through the follicular phase, you're taking flax and pumpkin. And the reason flax seeds are so powerful, they contain fatty acids, they contain fiber, but they also contain lignans. And we know that our gut bacteria break down lignans into these things that are kind of like phytoestrogens, basically. They have weak estrogenic properties. So I hate to say that because a lot of women who have estrogen-dominant conditions get scared of things like flax. It's kind of controversial. And some experts like to avoid like flax and soy and these phytoestrogens if somebody is dealing with something like that. It depends. It depends on the expert.
No,
For me,
I'm just like, that discussion we have to unpack, but go ahead.
Yeah, I know. But actually there's really cool research that, again, the estrogenic properties are weaker, and actually what we're seeing instead is a more modulating effect. So it can help to effectively eliminate and antagonize the effects of estrogen. So if somebody is dealing with estrogen dominance, it can actually be pretty helpful. That was what happened to me. I've had a case of estrogen dominance since I started to get my periods, and especially postpartum, I had really, really horrible periods. They were heavier than normal. I was getting more cramps than normal. And seed cycling was pretty much the only thing that worked for me. Within 1 month of seed cycling, my cramps went away. My periods were so much lighter. They went from being like 8 days to being 6 days. So speaking from personal experience, as somebody who has estrogen dominance, I love flax seeds, but I know that, some people feel differently.
Right.